Yo, what is up YouTube? We are back with day 2 of the Honda project. So last night we were able to make a new ground cable, terminal ground cable for the Honda that worked. The car cranks. I just got in here, but the first thing I did was I compression tested. 2 cylinders are completely dead, like gauge didn't even move, and then the 2 other cylinders are below 100 psi. So now what I want to address is, dude, I want to check the cylinder head, man. I think the valves are out of time, so they're not fully closing to create compression. So that's what I'm about to check. I'm actually getting the car prepped right now to do that. So let's get into it. I'm tired of working on this thing, but so far we have the hoses out, and we need to actually take off the valve cover now. And once we do that, or before we do that, we need to take off the grounding cable for the engine, and then we can take off the valve cover. Alright guys, we got the valve cover off, and be honest, this looks better than some of y'all's cars. I'm fucking with y'all. But, so we got it off, and so what I think these are super out of adjustment. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to adjust them. So we got all the, what's it called, intake side, and then we got the exhaust side. You can tell by the way the engine is facing and what is on what side. This is the exhaust manifold, that is the intake manifold. There you go. Alright, so we gotta adjust it, and we have to get the engine to TDC, and then we can make our adjustments from there, and we can continue on with life. More teardown, more work. Let's get to it. Alright guys, we got a lot done. So we got to the cam. Just kidding. We got to the rocker arms near the cam, and we found a lot of weird things. So the engine is not currently timed, but look at that. Hella play. So this is the reason I'm not building compression. I need to do a valve adjustment, and I need to get this to TDC first, so then I can adjust the valves. But I got everything else off. Got the tire off, got the crank pulley off. The crank bolt's in there so I can move it, adjust it, whatever I need to do. I need to drop the motor down slightly, put the jack under it, remove the jack mount, or remove the engine mount. And then I need to adjust it to TDC, and then from TDC I need to adjust each valve, intake and exhaust, intake first, exhaust second, go down the line. That should fix the problem. So once we get it all back together after that, we are going to do a compression test. If the compression test checks out good, then we'll try to run it again. If it doesn't, then we're going back to more adjustments. Alright guys, we made another discovery. Okay, so you can kind of see on the cam gear right there, it's that timing mark. Engine is at TDC right now, and as you can see, dude, it's insane. You can visibly see it moving up and down. These are super out of line. So we need to find the specs for the intake, specs for the cam or the exhaust side, and then we'll tighten it. So I think it's 1 and 3. So yeah, I think together it's 1 and 3, and 3 is also, see, one side doesn't move at all, and this side jiggles. So yeah, we need to adjust these. Alright guys, I got the specs for the valve adjustment. Okay, so ChatGPT told me it would be between this. Honda forum/online told me it would be these exactly. It makes sense because it gave me the threshold right in the middle for both. Boom, so I'm gonna adjust them right there. According to Honda forums for the CB7, that is the spec for the intake and exhaust valve adjustment. So I'm gonna go adjust those to that, and then we're gonna put everything back together. The engine is timed. You have to adjust this based on cylinder 1 TDC, 180 degree turn, cylinder 2 TDC, so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm just gonna go from there and adjust everything. I got my feeler gauge on me. I got everything on me. Let's get it done. All right guys, behind me, I got cylinder 1, valves, intake and exhaust timed. I'm not gonna say timed. I used the shim according to which either intake or exhaust was supposed to be used. Got it to fit, got a nice smooth flush feel between it. So hopefully that fixes it. So these are the intake ones. So they have slight play. Before these didn't move at all, so I feel comfortable about that. And then these ones are the exhaust ones. So they have play. So this is the 0.20 thousand and then the 0.25 thousand shim. And then, yeah. So now we're just gonna go down the line. I gotta do the cylinder 3. Cylinder 3, that one's completely gone. So that was my initial whole cylinder. And it makes sense because one of these, so this one you can move. This one is super tight. You can't even move it, so. We're gonna fix all of them now. We're just gonna go down the line. But before we turn it, so right now it's TDC, so that's cylinder 1 adjustment. I'm gonna have to do a 180 turn to get to cylinder 2. It should all be timed, and then I would check it again. I'll probably check it about 3 or 4 times, and I'll probably shim test each one 3 or 4 times as well, just to make sure everything's good. So we about to get back to it. Yo, what is good? Welcome back, welcome back. We are on day 3 of part 2 of fixing this piece of shit. So I gotta finish up doing the feeler gauge for the valve adjustment on this. Once I finish that up, we're gonna put the car back together, and then we actually have someone coming to see it in its condition, so we gonna see how that goes. But right now we just need to finish putting all this stuff back together, getting all of this stuff back together, and then just let it sit for a second. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that little pile of stuff right there needs to go back in here. So let's do it. So everything was going good until I dropped the feeler gauge in the car and it didn't hit the bottom. Was able to get it out. Back to the grind.